Hello children, welcome back to chemistry class. So today we are going to start our next chapter, that is P block elements. The P block elements. P block elements. So in P block element, we will discuss why they are called P block elements. So in P block elements means they are called P block elements because their last electrons enter in P orbital. They are called P block elements because their last electron enters in p orbital. Enters in p orbitals. So in 11th class there are two group only, that is boron family and carbon family. So what are the boron family? Beryllium, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. And in carbon family, what is that? Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Okay students, these two group elements are in class 11th. Others are in class 12th. So here we will discuss about these two only. And if I wrote atomic number 5, 13, 31, 49 and we add 32, so what will be 1, 81, like this. Okay students, and we write atomic number of that 6, 14, 32, 50 and 82. So what is their electronic configuration? Thermal electronic configuration. If I write 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Okay. And here what will be? Same as 3p. What will be? 3p1 and this 4p1 and this 5p1 and that 6p1. Okay students, in that if I am writing here, so what is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, for this 3p2, for this 4p2, for that 5p2 and for this 6p2. Okay students, so these are the electronic configuration of carbon family and boron family. So it is difficult to learn their symbols and their atomic number. So some trick by trick we can learn. What is the trick? So let us see what is the trick. So for boron family, trick is this. Here Bal, Ganesh, in thallium. Bal Ganesh in thallium and thallium. So by this we can learn the symbol, and if we learn number 1, we learn 8, 18, 18, 32. So if one atom number we learn, rest we can write with the help of this, like 5, 3, 18, 18, 31, 49 and 81. Like this we can learn. Like this also. So what we can write? Kasi Gaye Shankar Parvati. Okay. So by these two we can learn the symbol and atomic number of these elements. So one more point we will see here. What is that? Here P block elements are from 13 to 18 group, or we can say third A to 0 group or 8 group. Okay, but in that, in 11th class we will discuss this much only: boron family and carbon family. So what point we get from here? We got the some point. What are the point? Let us see. So if we write the configuration, so I will rub this one. It is remembering. One is left there. So if I wrote like this, so general configuration of general configuration of P block elements is NS2 and P1 to 6. But for this, what we will discuss? So what is NS2 and P1 to 2 and P1 to 2. So this is the general configuration for carbon family, and for boron family general configuration is NS2 and P1, NS2 and P1, and for carbon family it is NS2 and P2. Like that we can write. So but the general electronic configuration of P block elements is NS2 and P1 to 6. But for boron family it is NS2 and P1, and for carbon family it is NS2 and P2. Okay students. So next topic is inert pair effect. What is inert pair effect? So what is inert pair effect? In simple word if we say, if NS electron of P block elements do not participate in bond formation and that affect the chemical properties of the element, and that is called inert pair effect. Like this, if we see inert pair effect here, like if we see in carbon family SN and Pb, so it show 2 and 4 valency. This also show 2 and 4 valency. But what happen in this? It is more stable in PbCl2, and here it is more stable in SnCl2 due to inert pair effect. So like this, inert pair affect the chemical properties and stabilities of the compounds. So here what we have seen, we seen that in SnCl2 and PbCl2 it is more stable than SnCl4. What is central valency of this group? This is the inert pair effect. Inert pair effect is the effect when the electrons of s orbital do not participate in bond formation and they affect the chemical and physical properties of the compound. So that is the inert pair effect. And if we see next, oxidation state. So oxidation state and you know that what is the oxidation state? Due to inert pair effect, these elements show variation in oxidation state. Means P black elements show the variation in oxidation state, and the highest oxidation state of these elements is equal to the group number. The highest oxidation number, the highest oxidation state of P block elements is equal to group number, So what is the group number? Like this we can see. According this we see here like this group oxidation state, like boron +3, carbon +4, nitrogen +5, oxygen +6, fluorine +7, like this. But they show variation in oxidation state due to inert pair effect. So in this, in P block elements, non-metals and metalloids are there. P block elements are either non-metal or metalloid, either non-metal or metalloid. In this, first element of each group is rare metal. First element of each group is rarely metal. Metallic character increases down the group. Metallic character increases down the group. It means last element of each group has maximum metallic character. Non-metallic character increases from left to right. Ionization potential, electron affinity, and electronegativity increase from left to right. Okay, students, and some more properties of this group are oxide of these non-metals are acidic in nature, and acidic nature decreases down the group. Acidic nature increases from left to right. Some more properties of this element is like that element, first member of each element, we can say first member of each group, so different behavior like S block elements, means they have different behavior from other elements due to small size, means boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, etc. is very top. They show different behavior from other elements of same group. Like this, if aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. So that shows different behavior from these elements due to small in size. Being small in size, they show different behavior from other elements. And these two elements show diagonal relation also. Diagonal relation. See, with third period elements, even they are in second period, so they have similarities with third period elements, those who are diagonal to these two. So they first these two, so diagonal relationship. And other property we see, other property of these, first member here in this bit of these two are other we can take. Okay, so in these only two cells are there. In these two, if we write according to ovary, so what is that? 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5. 2, 5 means only KL, KL, KL. Like this we can understand, only two cells are there. Only two cells are there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like these cells are there. And according we write configuration. So we are writing 1s2, 2s2, 2p1, and for this 2p2, 2p3, next 2p4, and for next 2p5. Okay, students. So what you will see there is no d orbital in this. There is no d orbital. So these elements do not show variable valency and other thing. They can't expand their octet. Means their oxidation state is not always equal, their valency is not always equal to their group number due to absence of d orbital. So let us see the comparison. Nitrogen as phosphorus, both are in same group, but it form NCl3 and it form PCl3 and PCl5 both, because in this if we see, so d orbital is present, means even d orbital is present but that is empty, so they can expand, but in that only electronic configuration is up to 2 cell, 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. Okay, and for this 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3, and in 3 you know that d orbital is also found. In 3 cell, third cell, d orbital is also found. So according situation they can expand their valency, their octet. So they show like this, means nitrogen show only 3 valency while phosphorus show both 3 and 5 because it has d electron, sorry, d subshell. So according situation it can expand the valency. Okay students, and other properties. So what we have seen here, due to absence of d orbitals in second period elements of each p block element, they have different property from rest element. They can't expand their octet, they can't expand their valency because of absence of d orbital in their valence cell. And other thing is that these elements form pi bond, means these form pi bond, and these pi bonds are stronger. These pi bonds are stronger than the other elements of this group form pi bond because these elements means boron, because carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, oxygen, etc. use similar orbital for overlapping. While when other elements like phosphorus, silicon used one p orbital and another d orbital, so proper overlapping is not possible and they form p pi and d pi bond. So proper overlapping is not possible. Because of this, pi bond is weaker than the pi bond formed between these elements. Have you got it? I told you that pi bond formed by the first elements of p block is stronger than the pi bond formed by the other elements of this group because the p first member use same orbital for overlapping, so proper overlapping takes place. But if other elements except first element, if they form pi bond, so same orbitals are not available for overlapping, so in that case they use p pi, d pi, p pi, f pi, means overlapping is not possible in appropriate amount. So even a pi bond is formed, but that pi bond is not stronger like pi bond formed by the overlapping of p orbitals. So p pi bond means we can say p pi pi bond, p pi double bond, p pi is stronger than the p pi, d pi and d pi and f pi. Because of this bond is stronger. P pi bond is stronger. Even both all are pi bonds, but in this proper appropriate overlapping taking place due to similar orbital, but in that due to dissimilar orbital proper overlapping doesn't take place, so that pi bond is weaker than this p pi Bye. Thank you, students.